Animation as a social tool because I discovered actually that animation can be used to very different kind of applications, and maybe the application of a social tool is something which is not very well known now, but I would like actually to promote this kind of activity, of application. Well, I think animation has grown up. See, maybe 20 years ago or 50 years ago, animation was only used to make animated films. See, nowadays actually animation has gone into many different fields. Just think about the internet. Think about the iPhone. It's not only making animated films for kids. In the beginning, it was really for kids. Of the different applications. Of course, by definition, animation is a communication tool. That means I have Chinese translation, so I hope you appreciate it.
They expected I must say something new.
Yeah.
It was such a time. Now, not.
No.
No.
I personally, I think if you don't have anything to say, you should not make a film. You should just shut your mouth. But usually you have to say something. And I would like to show you a film by somebody who really something she could not see. She could not say by words. See, she wanted to tell him something, but she could not express it. So she said, "I make an animated film. Maybe you will understand what I say." So the film in the beginning was only meant for her husband, not for the public. And then it just happened that the film has to be seen by maybe some people. Actually, it's a friend of mine. It was a friend of mine. He died some years ago, and they said, "Well, you should show this film." So I will show you this film, which is called Anima, and hopefully, if I can. Then you say, okay, best wishes and your name, and that's what she did, actually. She had a pharmacy in Lausanne, and making films and writing letters, writing books, that was just like a little bit like a hobby, see? And what she wanted, I don't know if you got the message, but what she wanted to tell to her husband was a very serious message. She wanted to tell him, I cannot have children. My children are the books, my children are the films. But there was one condition, she said, I don't want to see that child during my lifetime. And from that time to the moment she died, it was 14 years later. And he has never seen, as a boy actually, he had never seen him before. And then when she died, the boy came to him. Feature to make every 10 seconds a picture, just block the camera for 24 hours and make sure nobody touches it. It was in my office no problem because I could lock the door. Okay. In the hotel it was a little bit more complicated. I have to tell them, don't touch, don't care about my bed, now don't go into my room for 24 hours. Use the people to make them laugh, to make them cry, to make them feel something, to get emotions. And that's it's still a wonderful way actually to entertain people, to get feelings. And I would like to show you a film made by one of my friends. Most of you know him and you know him also. It's called The Crawl. I think it's maybe, I think this is his very first film he made, and some people consider Anserge and his wife Gisèle as the inventor of the technique. And especially how to move their own body. And we made a little film called Pantadance. Let me see if it's here. This little film, 3 minutes, I think. Yeah, animation as a documentary tool. This is also, I think, a very important tool for memory. See, to keep a memory of an event that happened in time. See, maybe you don't need to be an animator to do this kind of thing. You can use this, what they call it, time-lapse cinematography. And I would like to show you a film which I made maybe 30 years ago in Singapore. By that time, the cars, they moved out, and in moved kind of booths, booths with this food actually, and it became actually a food stall. So the whole parking lot was this was just all the time in front of my hotel. So I said, well, I put the Bolex camera there and I'm trying. I shoot. To show how to make something, to do something. And I made quite a few also of these films, but I don't want to show you my own films. I prefer to show you maybe films from my colleagues. And one of the nice films about how to do animation was made by a group of animators in Geneva, including George Fitzgerald and Claude Douillet, and they will show you several techniques. And actually, this film was made to teach or to learn children how this some of the animators that work, including George Fitzgerald. Yeah, okay, so that was actually only, introduction to really what I really want to promote. And this is the animation as a social tool. Okay, let's see what I want to say. I want to say that the combination actually of all these techniques, and different ways to communicate gives birth actually to a new application, which I call animation as a social tool. I discovered actually this way to apply animation when I was worked to animate a workshop for disabled people. Now, by disabled people, you should not understand people film, but to make something very regular, because these people were kind of doing this, doing that, they were really nervous and shaky. But this, to make an animated film, what you need is patience, and you need to work in a steady way. You have to work, and every day after day, they had to come to the workshop and they signed, I will do it, see? And this is an important thing in this work. It's to make the product. Every Saturday they had to come and work on their project. Yeah, and they had also to accept a planning. See, I was sort of the director. I told them what to do, and they must do it. I mean, they signed. They would go from when they signed. When they come to the project, it was a a theatrical representation. They make a theater performance, and I think they created a public garden, and I think another piece. They made many different kinds, but the participants are always people in social difficulties. And then basically it's a development of self-consciousness and the integrate martial people into society. A little bit anyway. And they need some money to do it, okay? Little money, but they need some money, so they have to do the fundraising, okay? Then I must also say the contact to these disabled, socially disabled people that went through the institutions. I mean, I didn't select them. I didn't know them at all, actually. There were different kind of institutions. And said, "Oh, I would like to work on this film, okay?" And then she continued. I think she chose the background. The background, you see the photos. It's the place where we were working in. It was actually it was a house. It was supposed to be. Okay, that was she. And I can show you some workshop photos. Some of the participants. Maybe you can switch off the light. Just go away, or you can do gardening, or you can do horse riding, or you can I don't know hug dogs or whatever. I mean, there's many things maybe to pray. And you have the perspective of a product, see, and you have the perspective of showing this product, see, and you have the perspective of people who have a feedback, see. Maybe they will like your film. Maybe I believe it's a fantastic tool actually for the social reinsertion. Of course, you cannot just go out and pick up any all the immigrants and say, okay, let's make a film about immigration. I mean, you have to be really serious about this. And I really would recommend you, if you go into this kind of experience, to go through the institutions. Of course, because these people they are also used to talk to this kind of people. They're also used to for the fundraising. And actually, I was quite happy to have this association, because I'm no good in this fundraising and all this.
With them and said, I want to participate in this.
Actually, at the beginning, the project was sent to these different institutions, telling them we would like to make a workshop. And are in your institution, are there any people who would be interested in this kind of experience? And then we made one day, just with, I think there were about 20 people coming. Okay. Then we made a little demonstration of different techniques, listen to the music, and then we could feel. Look, here's the production plan. You have 1 month for the storyboard. You have 2 months for the. You will meet the musician. You will meet the people, and we will help you to analyze the music. I mean, we have been there to help them. See, but we don't do the job. We just tell them how to do it. See, any other school here? We will see. Okay. Anyway, I have some material which I'm happy to give to you.